Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenarios. In this today, we are going to discuss about the flows repeater in the Salesforce. As may already we know, right? Salesforce recently introduced this feature. So how we are going to use this feature? Let's discuss to the in this video. So now let's discuss to the use case where user can dynamically manage the cases associated with a contact. That means here selecting a specific contact and creating a case record for that contact. User can able to select the one particular contact, and that contact we are able to creating the records. So user can effectively add or remove the cases through the interface. From the interface, they can able to add or remove the uh, case records. Let's see how we are going to implement this use case step by step with using the Salesforce flow repeater. Let's come to the our Salesforce arc. So come to the here, search with the flows, click on to the here flows. So let's come to the here, click on new flow. Let's create the start from scratch. Click on to the next. Here we can choose the screen flow. Click on to the here create. So as per the requirement, first user can able to select the contact. User can able to select the contact ready. So that contact only we have to associate it to the cases. So first we have to give it by the case contact selection. That purpose here we have to take it by the one screen. Click on to the screen. So here contact with cases we are giving the screen name. So let's here we have to choose by the lookup, drag and drop to the here lookup input we are drag and drop to the here. This is the here we have to the contact ID, contact lookup ID. This is we are taking the our API name. And here field API in which object you are going to get the this lookup field. Now object API name is the case object. In the case object already we know, right? Contact lookup in the case object. Okay, in the case object, this is the API name of the field name. In the case object, we have the API name is the contact ID. Already we are aware of that, right? In the case object, we have the contact lookup. That API name is the contact ID. Label name is the our wish. We can give it by the anything contact name. This is the our this field API name. Here we are drag and drop now lookup. This is the this API name. This is the object level API name. Label is the our wish. We can give it by the anything. Here object API name. If you go to the here custom objects, give it by the custom object API name underscore underscore C, right? You have to give it by that object name. Okay, now we are giving the privileges to the here. They are selecting to the contact. They are selecting to the contact. After that, they have to select to the case records, right? They are going to add it by the one or more case records. So that purpose, Salesforce recent introduced that is the repeater. This is the drag and drop to the here. We are just to drag and drop to the here repeater. So when we are going to create the case records, we have the some mandatory fields, some fields, right? Like we have the case status, case origin, okay, case subject. Like that, we have the some different fields we have to take it. So that's why here we have to capture for the different fields information. How we are going to capture by the here different fields information. Let's see. So first of all, we have to take it by the subject. Subject purpose, I am taking the text. This is the text. So here case subject. So this is the for the label. This is for the API name. I'm giving to the case subject. And next is the we have to display by the case status. So that purpose we have to take it by the pick list, or if you directly take it by the pick list value here. So here drag and drop to the here pick list. Pick list is the status, case status. This is the required. We have to select by the status. What is the choice values? Already we know, right? We have the new choice value is the new. So here one more we are going to add it by the working, and one more is the we have to the escalated. Okay, these are the values. And one more is the case origin. That is also by the another pick list, right? Already we know how to add it by the pick list here. So here one more is the origin. So case origin we know, right? What are the fields we have? Web. So let's go to the here. Let's confirmation web phone we have, right? So case object. Let's come to the here. So let's click on to the new case. See here, phone, web, and email. These three, right? Phone, email, and web. So let's create the same values for the here. Web already we are taking, right? Not for the disable. This is. So here we have the choice values. Let's take to the phone. Let's take by the email. Let's take to the web. So these three fields we are taking. Okay, let's done this. So all we are given, right? What is the issue here? So here we are giving the phone, email, web. So required we are giving. So this is the what is the repeater name? We are need to give it by the this repeater, right? This repeater name is the case repeater. Okay, we are given to this repeater name. Let's done this. Let's save this. Contact with cases. So save. Now let's debug to the here. Click on to the run. See here we have to be able to remove and to add button, and what are the fields. This is right repeater fields. These are all the repeater fields. Once you click on to this, see here subject, contact, and origin will be the appear. So one more add button here. We have to subject, status, origin. So if you want to remove any one of things, we can remove. Only one will be the appear by the here. And here we can able to select by the respective contact. So test contact any, yeah. So we have the test contact. Like this, we can select by the any one of the contact. See here. This is the one of the contact. We are associating to the these cases to the this contact. So how we are going to associate and how to create the these cases. Let's come to the here. After this repeat, we need to create the case records, right? So here we have the one or more cases they can creating the from here. One or more, right? And that to each case we need to associate it to this contact. Each case we need to associate it to this contact. Let's see how we can loop the records and how to assign to that one. Let's come to the here. We can take by the loop. Why? Because means it is the we are selecting the one or more cases, right? We are going to create the one or more cases. So here we have to the loop case records. So here we have to the collection is the in the screen, right? In this screen we have the case repeater. Our case repeater is the collection one, right? So let's take to the case repeater. Here all the items, one or more field, right? We are going to one or more records we are going to create, right? All the items here we have the repeating. So one by one record will come. For example, if you are try to create it by the three cases, so here first case will come. So how to add it by the this information like subject, status, origin, right? So these are all the actually just to fields only, but we need to map it by the these fields to data to the our Salesforce object. So let's come to the here. Take the here one assignment mapping to the Salesforce object data. Okay, so set case record. So let's come to the here. I'm going to take it by one new variable case object to record variable. Case object to record variable. Why? Because means I need to map it by the subject, um, origin, status, and contact lookup. That's why here I'm going to take it by one new resource. That new resource is the variable. In this variable, this is the single contact. Single contact variable is the single contact. So here we have to map it by the record. Which record? That is the case object. Case object fields we need to mapping, right? Case object. It is a single record. That's why I'm not selecting the allow the multiple values. Each record separate values. Now here this is the one of the record, and if you add it by the one more, this is the separate. So this is the separate case. This is the separate case. That means single case record. So that's why here we have to take it by the single case. Okay, so let's done. Now in the single case, we have to map it by the first field is the subject, right? Subject equals to in the case object subject equals to this is the loop repeating, right? This is the repeating the our repeater record. So which is the current record will come. If I am trying to create the three cases, first case will come. That is called the current value or current item. So here we have to take it by the current item from this loop. Current item dot in this which fields you want to map it, we may map it by the subject. So click on to the subject. Next one is the status, single contact status equals to current item. What is the current record is coming? Current record status, and next is the single case, and here we have to map it to the origin equals to current item from origin. So this is the one record information. First record it is coming now. So first record information. First record information, for example, test subject 1. So new phone. So this is the first record. Next record is the test subject 2. So this is also be the new. This is I am giving to the email. So let's come to the one more. I am adding test subject 3, new web. Okay, new web. Like this, I am creating the 3 values, 3 records. So first record is coming now. First record is coming means current loop record. It is the subject. Is the subject one is mapped to the here. Status is the new. Origin is the map to the phone. And let's come to the second record. Second record subject is the test subject to. Status is the new. This is mapping to the email. Second record we are giving the email, right? So this is the email. And come to the third one. Test to subject 3 map to the here. And next is the here mapping to the new. Here web. Like this, how many records we are at, that many times this loop will be repeated, each record adding to the this single case. Okay, each value. Then finally we need to create by these records, right? Single case record we need to create, and we need to associate it to the selected contact. So how we are going to add it by the selected contact? Add one more assignment here. Single case contact ID equals to, so here we have to take it by the contact ID. Lookup field we are taken in the screen. So this one we are taking, right? Contact name. This is the contact lookup ID. We are API name. Okay, that value we have to select ID. Always lookup fields hold by the record IDs, right? Let's select by the record ID. After that, these records we need to add into the list. Why? Because means we are going to create the 3 case records or 4, 5, any records. How many times this will be repeated? That many records we need to create to the database, right? So how to add this single contact into the list? We can create here also be the fine single contact, but as for the best practice, we know, right? Within the for loops, don't write the create a records or insert the records or update the records. So as for the best practice, finally we have to do these operations. That's why here we have to take the one more variable, that is the collection variable, list variable. Let's come to the here, click on to the new, here variable. So here all cases. This is the variable name, and here we are taking the record. Now all the cases, right here we need to capture by the all the case records, how many they are added in the UI, that many cases we need to add it to the this variable. That's why here we have to select by the allow multiple values. When we are selecting this one, it is the work as a list type, collection type. If you not check this one, it is the hold for the single record only. It can be hold by the single record only. When we are selecting to the here, this one, it can hold by the multiple case records. So here we have the object name is the case. Okay, let's done. Now in this all cases, we need to add it. List to methods we know, right? We need to add the data. So here we have to take it by the add the single case. So here we can select by the single case object, total object information we need to adding into the, in this case, not for the particular field information. Here we are mapping for the particular field information, but here whole case record, whole single case record we need to adding into the all the cases, list of the cases. Okay, so that's why here we are taking the add method here. So let's save this up to here. After completion of this, finally we need to create the records, right? So here create records. So here we have to take it by the create case records. So here we have to select for the from a record variable. Already we know this is we are taking the record variables only. Now here we are going to create by the multiple records, right? Not for the one record. That's why here we have to select by the multiple option, one or more records. If you are going to create, we can select the multiple option here. When we are selecting the multiple here, it is asking to the collection variable only, list variable. All cases, right, we are taking the collection variable. Allow the multiple values we are selecting while creation of this variable. So all cases here, right, all cases at a time committed to the database, at a time created to the records. So this is the here. So here we have to select by the from the record variables all the record information here, and here we can select by the multiple one or more records we can able to create from the multiple. Okay, up to here we have to save this. And finally, after creation, we can just to display the success message. So here we have to one more screen. We are taking the here success screen. So here we have to display the message to the user. So success message, successfully created case records. Okay, so this is the here we have to the bold, and here we have to the take it by the some color, different color. If you want, you can choose it by the that color. Successfully created, and it is the align to the center. We can take it by the align to the center. Font size is the 16. Let's done. Let's save this. Let's execute this. Let's debugging to this. Click on to the debug. Click on to the run. So here we are going to select by the any one of the records. So this is the I'm selecting the here. So this is the I'm going to create by the test subject one. So new phone. So add one more test subject two. Working I'm taking now. This is the email. One more I'm going to take it by the test subject 3. Escalated here I'm selecting web. So all are the different values we are selecting to the here. If you anyone don't want, we can remove the here, we can remove. If you want add it by one more value, here we are going to take it by the one more repeater. Okay. So once we click on to the next button, it will be the create by the records. It will be the create by the records. Click on to the next. So successfully created the records. Successfully created by the records. Let's go to the here in the object. So these are the newly created records. Subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. And here you have to observe new working escalated. So let's open to the any one of the record. Let's go to the respective contact. It is associated or not. See here, this is the contact, right? We are selected. So that contact is the associated to the here. If you go to this contact in the related list, it will appear by the our cases also. Newly created cases, these three. Subject 1, subject 2, subject 3. Okay, so like this, we can able to use the repeater in the real time based on the requirement. Based on the requirement, we are going to create the multiple records with the help of the repeater. With the help of the repeater. Okay, I hope it would be the clear. So stay tuned for the more real time scenarios. Thank you.